Hi, I'm Mark Vega, General Manager, McAllen Public Utility. Here's a quick update on our brackish groundwater desalination plant. McAllen has commenced early planning and preliminary engineering efforts for a prospective brackish groundwater desalination facility. The facility would be located at the site of the existing Northwest Water Treatment Plant. The conceptual project would include multiple brackish groundwater wells along with the desalination facility. The project could potentially provide the city with an additional 6 to 10 million gallons a day of water to help supply existing and future customers. Early work has commenced, which includes the installation of multiple test wells. The test wells will help obtain water quality and quantity data that is needed to advance design of the overall facility. McAllen Public Utility is working with both the Texas Water Development Board as well as the Bureau of Reclamation on funding assistance for this project.
If you're a City of McAllen resident planning to build a carport, here's some information to keep in mind. Building permits are always required to build a carport. Minimum front yard setbacks on most single-family homes are already at 25 feet. Minimum side yard setbacks on single-family homes are 6 feet, unless the lot is in the corner where the side next to the street has a setback of 10 feet. Should a resident want to build a carport within any setback, front, side, or rear, a special exception needs to be applied for, with a non-refundable $350 application fee, and it's important to keep in mind that denial is most certainly possible. Notification to neighbors is always required. A public hearing on the requested carport is conducted where residents in opposition and support will be able to speak, and if a property is sold, the special exception needs to be reapplied or the structure removed. Carports approved for the special exception cannot be used for storage of items, cannot be enclosed, and cannot exceed 400 square feet in area. Carports that were built without a permit, no matter how long ago they were built or by whom, are subject to enforcement of the codes. The City of McAllen planning staff is available to discuss options and specific lot restrictions with owners. You can contact them at 956-681-1250 for more information.
Yeah, Sparky, so Fire Prevention Week is right around the corner. Whoa, what is going on here?
Sparky says do not leave a stove unattended while cooking and to keep pot handles in. Also, do not leave anything that can burn near the stove.
Pay attention to fire prevention.
And now we move into a workshop of the McAllen City Commission held in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act. All workshops are open to the public and serve as an opportunity for city staff to present detailed information, reports, and updates to the Commission in preparation for future action or decisions. While no formal votes are taken during these sessions, workshops play an important role in the city's policymaking and decision-making process.
And good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's City Commission. Any questions regarding our regular meeting today?
None, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor.
Oh, if not, we'll proceed to item number 3, street lights repairs.
All right. Good afternoon, Mayor, City Commissioners. This presentation is an overview of streetlight repairs that the City of McAllen Traffic Operations Department conducts within the city. We'll start off with streetlight repair requests. So 90% of the streetlights within the City of McAllen limits belong either to AEP or Magic Valley Electric. These are our 2 electric providers. The other 10% of lights either belong to the city of McAllen, and when that happens, we maintain and make any repairs we need to make. And then others are private property owners. So not all lights within the city of McAllen belong to either AEP or Magic Valley. Typical repair times for these street lights are 3 to 4 business days, depending on material availability and weather. So, for example, if there's a hurricane or a bad weather event, they'll usually take longer. Just before I go on to the next slide, I just kind of want to point out how enormous the AEP jurisdiction is. And so a lot of the times when they're making repairs, we're competing with other cities and the workload that comes from them. There are several ways that city residents can make, or even visitors can report streetlights that they see out. They can be through the 311 app. They can also call the call center at 681-3111. And they can also call the traffic department directly or email us at traffic@mcallen.net. Probably the best way that we're able to get the repair done in a timely manner and get the most information is through the call center. The call center folks over there will ask questions on pole number, location, and get a little bit better of a description so that we can make sure that when we report it, AEP is able to find that light. Typical requests for streetlight repairs that we get is either if a light is out, if it's flickering, or if it's dim, or if a resident or anybody living along a street want to add additional lighting. This next slide shows the 311 application numbers for this last year. You'll see from this slide that we had 384 repair requests just in 2025. And then we had an additional 97 upgrade requests. When we're talking about upgrade, it's not a light that it's out. It's typically the resident feels that it's too dim, or maybe the trees are overgrown, that the light isn't as bright as it was before. So they'll usually ask for an upgrade to LED, or if something else can be done.
When you mention the LED, it's maybe where it's like the vapor or amber light is switched over to an LED?
Yes.
That's what you're talking
Yes.
about? That's categorized under the upgrade request?
Upgrade, yes. And those usually take a longer time than a repair. A repair is a quick turnaround, but the upgrade, AEP will have to look at it and see if it needs, additional materials, additional resources, like, and usually it doesn't, but they usually take a little longer because design is involved.
If it's an upgrade to an LED, the city, in terms of materials, are we funding the materials?
We do not provide any materials for the fixtures themselves, but if there's boring or any kind of construction related to that street light that needs to be done, then at that time we will go in there and assist, mostly to save AEP time for repair.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is the replacement a regular replacement of a yellow light? Will they get a yellow light, not an LED?
Yes, that's a good question. Actually, I don't remember in what year, but sometime back, AEP made or agreed that anytime they would go in and repair a street light, they would replace it automatically with an LED. Yes, so they're still doing that. They're still doing that, yes.
Quick, best example, intersection of Nolan and 23rd. Oh, wow. It's like you got stadium lights now.
Yes.
Very, very well lit.
Yes, we did that in
before.
response one year to the parade. That was part of the area where people are coming south to go to the stadium. So,
You need to do that on Trenton and 10th Street and all around, all south and a little to the north, but to the south. Look into that.
yes, and we're actually going to be doing that with phase 2 of the streetlights by district. And we're actually working on it now, but I'll say that for another presentation.
Very good. No problem.
A recent example that is worth sharing that shows AEP and the city of McAllen partnering to prioritize streetlight repairs is the downtown area. We got a request from a business owner letting us know that there was a couple of streetlights out. So what we did is we looked at the entire area and we found that there was a total of 57 lights out within that area. AEP fixed those lights within 10 business days. So they know how important downtown is to us, and they knew that if we're reporting them out for just this one particular area, that, you know, it was something that they needed to prioritize, and they did.
Is there
It was wonderful.
Is there a position, part-time of a position that drives the city and looks to see what needs to be repaired?
Not on a day-to-day. But that brings me to my next slide. The additional efforts that are made by the traffic department to improve street lighting is we do a fall and a spring streetlight survey. And, you know, of course, this is done twice a year. And the city, all traffic staff, they stay behind and they drive every single street and they identify which ones are out. Even if they're flickering or dim, they'll tag them, get all the information. Then we go back to the office and then we organize all the information, submit it to AEP, and we're following up every month. Okay, last when we submitted, you had 300 lights. This next month, how many have you been able to repair? And so we're making sure that we follow up on those repairs. And we've been able to capture data since 2020, and it's shown here in this graph. So you'll see that we started off with 406 lights back in spring of 2020 when I first started with the traffic department and started capturing data. Mainly what I did it, or the reason that I did it for, was because I wanted to see if there was any trends. Was this going to help us or was this going to hurt us? I don't think that it would hurt us, but I wanted to see if there was any improvement being made. And sure enough, we were able to see that every year it was less amount of streetlights out every year. And our next streetlight survey is this spring. We'll do it right before the time changes, and we'll do the same thing. We'll tag all the lights, report them to AEP and to Magic Valley as well.
So you think you could do it on a quarterly basis?
A quarterly? Sure.
I think it. Thank you. Nice.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. Definitely. We can do that and be probably more effective as well.
Got to give credit to Marlene. She's developed a fantastic relationship with AEP and Magic Valley, and they are very responsive to her calls. So huge congratulations to the effort she's made here.
Well done, Marlene.
Thank you. And then if you'll notice from this picture, this is a picture we got from a resident that they requested an upgrade, and they took a picture and they said, thank you so much for helping us out with and it makes a big difference. I'm not really sure. I can't see from the location, but I can get that for you and let you know.
That wouldn't be 41st and Nightingale, would it?
I don't know. But I know that we did add some streetlights recently to Flamingo Avenue. In fact, some residents called us and told us they were too bright. So we're working on trying to.
But they were too bright?
They were too bright, yeah. We also have that.
I get those every once in a while saying that they were too bright. We like the ambience of the other one well until you get hit with something that you wanted more lighting, yeah. But no, it's most of it is very positive.
Send them over to the South Side.
That's right, bro.
Looks like Cynthia.
Thank you, Marlene.
Any other questions for Marlene?
Thank you so much. That looks like Cynthia close
Marlene.
to.
Okay. Mayor, if you're ready, we have greatest golf pro in the Rio Grande Valley
Yes,
here
sir.
with a conversation to have with you about fees of the
Excellent.
golf course.
Thank you, Mayor, City Commissioners. Good afternoon. As you may recall, during the retreat of about a year ago at the Convention Center, fees were one of the topics of that presentation. And so today we just want to give you an update on where those fees are at today. And obviously, the most important thing is looking at them if they need adjustment or updating, that we go ahead and do that for more than anything, sustainability purposes. So during the past 26 years, the golf course has operated with three main objectives. Number one, we wanted to be the leading golf facility in the Rio Grande Valley. Number two, we wanted to continue making sure that every year the golf course pays for all of its operating expenses from the revenues that it generates. And number three, continue to fund and manage the equipment and depreciation funds. During the last few years, new and improved events have led to record-setting number of rounds played, with the last 2 years reaching almost 67,000 rounds. New partnerships, capital improvement projects have also propelled the success of Champion Lakes Golf Course to a point that we have been able to continue paying all of our expenses, and including some of the capital expenditure projects from the revenues we generate, and without the need to have increases. In order to continue success, I believe that the most important thing is that we continue meeting those operating objectives. And in order to do that, it is necessary to update some of the fees at Champion Lakes Golf Course. So the green fee and car fee at Champion Lakes Golf Course have been updated only one time since fiscal year
Because we looked at the fees up, they're listed there, and that's sufficient to help you do what you need to do for the future, and for how long?
Correct.
For how long, though? Moving forward?
Oh.
This will sustain you for 5 years, 7 years?
Yeah, I think if we adjust.
Because I know we have the best golf course around, and I also know that we need to pick up fees because of everything costs. Is there anything specific? I mean, are those fees sufficient?
Yes, sir. I think we can definitely go at least 5 years with those fees. And we've gone basically, since 2011, with only one increase of $2. That was about 4 years ago. So
Let's have a brief conversation, Carlos, about some of the maintenance projects that you take on, including the need for analysis of soils to make sure that we're maintaining the turf. And I know you've got, and they're capital in nature, but you've got some areas of the golf course that do need some repair. And this will help you make sure that you've got enough cushion in your budget to take on some of those projects. So let's talk about some of the items, the ongoing maintenance that you deal with out there.
yeah, so our biggest challenge is always managing the salt and that we get in our soil through the daily irrigation cycles. Not only that, the age of the system has become a challenge also. And so one of the things, for example, that we started doing 3 months ago was acid injections into our irrigation system to treat the water and avoid some of those challenges. We explored different options, and the first one started like at $1 million, and then we had another option that was, well, we just had more manpower that was going to cost us about $160,000. So we ended up settling at one that I believe is working and is going to cost us about $50,000, but it is an additional cost. But the biggest impact that we're seeing out there comes just from the increasing cost of maintenance equipment, fairway mowers.
And that's the biggest concern I have. As long as you have what you need, and this increases in fees, which I think are probably should have been done maybe sooner. So we thank you for what you've done with what you have. I've seen the fees, and I'm okay with it. Does anybody have any questions?
I'm curious, it almost begged the question, on the driving range fees, you kept everything the same except the junior monthly fee?
Yes, one of the things that has been in effect, that same fee, since single-member district started.
I remember paying for that same bucket, whatever, yeah.
Yes, that one has not changed. The other range.
It's the same price, yes?
Yes, sir. The other range fees were updated 3 years ago.
Oh, I see.
That's why.
And then the other one was, and Pepe, Commissioner Pepe just explained it to me, why you would increase $2 on the private car trail fee,
Yes.
but you did the same for our rental on the half cart by almost 92 cents.
Yes, overall,
So
it's about
also
a 10% increase,
increase.
yeah,
Okay.
across the board, with certain fees a little bit less, and where there was a need to leave them alone, no need to increase, we didn't.
So the driving range fees, I'm sorry,
No, it's okay, I'm done.
small basket, medium basket, all that, it stays the same just to be competitive?
We updated them about 3 years ago, and I feel like they're about where they need to be.
And I'm sorry, you responded to the question that the city manager asked. In terms of the fee increase, you project this fee schedule to be good for how long again?
At least 5 years.
5 years, okay.
I'm comfortable with that.
Thank you again, Carlos.
Thank you.
And if you need to come back earlier, we'll come back, because I
Yeah.
understand a lot of the time, a lot of times we know the cost going up, and the biggest complaint I hear about the golf course is that it's kind of hard to get in, because so many people want to go in. That's a complaint. But everybody that I talk about loves it. They think it's the greatest golf course around, so thank you.
Thank you,
I'm gonna go
Mayor.
get my driver and give you
Thank you,
You're
Mayor.
doing
Thank
great.
you.
Thank you,
Gracias
Carlos.
por todo.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Mayor, the remaining items are eligible to be discussed in executive.
We'll recess into executive session.
This concludes the workshop of the McAllen City Commission. Workshops are held on the second and fourth Monday of each month at 4 p.m. in the City Commission chamber, located on the third floor of McAllen City Hall. The public is always welcome to attend or view online. Thank you for staying informed and engaged with the City of McAllen.
It is always a great day when we come together and celebrate what makes McAllen such a special place. And for me, that begins with this vision. The vision of a city where people feel welcomed, supported, and proud to call this community home. That vision isn't just written on paper. It lives